Okay. Holy crap, is that my forehead? Look at that forehead. That is huge. You could balance something on that forehead. That is a nice forehead there, isn't it? That is a nice... Once upon a time, in the middle of nowhere, amidst rural Japan, there awoke a young boy with all the dreams and ambitions of a brick. We then see this boy marching up a hill, getting us into his character and basically explaining that he is, to a T, you. He goes into his brand new class in high school, he's very nervous, blah blah blah, it's a school romantic comedy. He does his little introduction thing, he sits down, everyone claps, there's a standing ovation, the teacher throws him a rose, he catches it in his mouth, and then the girl behind him stands up. She says, I'm Haruhi Suzumiya. I have no interest in ordinary humans. If you're an alien, an Esper, a Slider, a Vogon, or a Dalek, then send me a booty call. He turns round and... standing before him is this incredibly beautiful young girl. Yeah, you like what I did there with the colour? Yeah, ooh, fuck it. Now, this video is going to pretty much be an answer to VyseElric's analysis on Haruhi Suzumiya, since ever since he brought it out, he's been pretty much gagging for me to make one. I think he probably expects me to let loose with the wrath of Britain and release the Kraken upon his puny mortal kin for daring to diss Haruhi Suzumiya in any way. But, or he might not. I'm just making completely random, baseless assumptions. But, I'm not going to do that because he was pretty much right. So go and watch his analysis on Vidler. I'll put a link. Go and watch his analysis, and just assume that everything he says is my opinion, and then come back and I'll tell you where he went horribly, drastically wrong. Yep. Off you pop. Don't worry, I'll wait. Back? Good. Well, VyseElric is, as almost always, completely correct, except for two small points. The first of which is that I think at one point he mentions that it's quite clever the way they explain how Kyon wants to seize the opportunity to flirt with Haruhi, and no, it's really not. It's what you expect from a romantic comedy, which is what the anime is. I mean, it might wear the guise of an action and try and disguise itself as such, but it's not. I'm not that masculine as to admit that I don't love a good comedy. It's not that clever, it's the norm. I mean, Raiden is a badass in the same way that that's clever. And secondly, this is going to be a real short video, at one point VyseElric mentions that Haruhi is sucked into another world with Kyon. He hates her. He absolutely hates her. Why, you ask? Because, as he says in his video, she just doesn't care. She takes Kyon with him and no one else. None of her family, none of her other friends. She literally cares about no one else on Earth. What a bitch. Agreed, completely. But, the thing is, Vice, it's not real. It doesn't have to be logical, it's not real. Vice. It's not real, man. So, I mean, yeah, it would be more logical, you know, if, Kyon woke up in episode 6, or whichever order you watched them in, to find that Haruhi was stood above him, and she was like, "Oh, Kyon, thank God you're awake. Have I introduced you to my mother, my father, the rest of my family, all the classmates I've ever cared about, that one teacher I used to have a crush on, some of my neighbour's pet cat." I mean, you've never met them before, they've never been in the anime, and it completely breaks the flow of things, but you know, I just feel logically they should be here. It's like if they brought out a video game that actually gave you a hernia if you lifted up too many boxes. Like, with the object pushing thing, if you did the object pushing in a platformer game, and you hadn't limbered up first, you received a hernia and blacked out. Yes? It'd be more logical, but it breaks the flow. It doesn't have to go by logic. It doesn't matter that she's a complete bitch that apparently doesn't care about anyone else. That's just the way things go. I think I can see where this stems from, broske. And, listen. I don't know what she was called. I don't know what she did to you. I don't know what went on between the two of you, and I don't know how much she resembled Haruhi Suzumiya. But Vice, Indiana, let it go.